Hello everyone, Taylor Johnson here. I wanted to give you a look at the June housing market report for the DC metro region. And as you can see, total sales are down 12%. They're down 3.6%. If we look at, so we're now at the end of the first half of 2023. If we look at the first half of first half of 2024. If we compare the first half of 2023, we're down 3.6% from that first half. The median sales price is up over last year, but it's actually flat compared to last month. Things are sort of tempering a little bit. We have a breath of fresh air in that new pending sales are up a bit for the first time in some period. And active listings continue to climb. So what that means is there are more new listings coming onto the market than there are sales each month. So each month there's a little bit of inventory that carries over to the next month. So that means that the inventory is rising. We've had probably the last 5 months in a row or so that inventory has been rising. However, it is still 40% less than what it was in 2019. So we're still at a tremendous shortage. And condos in DC and Arlington are really what has been fueling a lot of this increase in inventory. Because there's just such a construction boom of those. Let's then go look into the details here. So if we're looking at market trends, we can see, as I said, sales are down. The region is flat. And the close-in markets, fastest growing price growth was in the areas just inside the Beltway, I guess you could say. They're still rising in the more distant suburbs, but at a slower pace. And we can see that supply is back to pre-pandemic levels in many places, primarily driven by more condos. Looking ahead, with rates stuck around 7%. Now, 7% historically is about where rates have always been for the last 40 years. So that's normal. What's not normal is that our home prices are now almost 40% above what they were in 2019. And that's where we're really feeling the hit. So we do expect mortgage rates to fall a little bit in the coming months. If the Federal Reserve ever does lower mortgage interest rates, then the mortgage rates tend to follow a little bit. There's not a direct correlation, but there is some connection between the two. And while prices are expected to continue to rise because there's such a shortage of housing, remember we're 40% less than what we were in 2019. And even 2019 was less than what we were in 2010. While prices will continue to rise, buyers will have more leverage and year-over-year price growth will be moderate. That is particularly true in the District of Columbia region, as we'll see. So if we look here at the median sales price chart, this bottom line is 2019. And, I keep saying that we are 40% or 30% or 25% or whatever fewer houses for sale than we had in 2019. And you can see the effect on that, right? That it just keeps pushing prices up. We are at a shortage. When you have more people who want to buy than you have supply, that's going to push prices up. And yes, they are tempering right now with our summer seasonal adjustment. As you can see, that happens every year. But overall, the trend is higher. Don't you wish you'd bought in 2019, right? So put yourself in a position, if you can, to buy now, so that 5 years from now, you'll say, oh, I'm so glad that I bought in 2024. New pending sales, as you can see, again, there's a seasonal decline. And new listings, active listings. So here we are up, but again, you can see we're still at a shortage compared to where we used to be. Let's take a look at the local markets here. You can see that the median sales price, again, in every local market went up, even DC. So much of this year, the median price in DC has actually declined a little bit, while the other places were increasing. So DC to show a median sales price at an 18% increase over last year's sale price is significant to note. And median days on market in DC are about 2 weeks, just a little over 2 weeks. And you can see in the surrounding areas, it is shorter, around a week. So we still can say that over half of the properties on the market at this time are selling in 6 days or less, even in DC. We look at new listings, we can see that they are down in most of the region, with a slight uptick in Montgomery and Prince George's County. The key thing, though, to keep in mind, particularly if you're thinking about selling right now, is that showings are down. So that means as a seller, it's going to take you more time. What this means for you as a potential buyer is there's less competition. So if you're able to get out there now, this is a great time to be buying, because there are fewer people out there looking. And as we can see, there is, where is it? Here. There's more inventory, right? So there are fewer people looking, and there's more inventory. That means there's more for you to choose from, and there's potentially less competition. And we can potentially bargain. We can, not maybe for a lower price, but we can ask the seller to pay things for you, like maybe a year's worth of condo fees, or buy down your interest rate, or help you with your closing costs. These are all negotiating tactics that we can use right now to help make the home a little more affordable. So reach out to me, and I'd be happy to explain some of those to you. Here we can see that active listings are up really across the region, and the months of supply have increased almost everywhere, ever so slightly. The big thing to note is that DC is now at 4.5 months. A tight market is around 3 months. So all of the surrounding areas are definitely in tight markets. DC is now pushing toward a buyer's market. So again, if you're on the sell side, that's important to remember that in DC, this is approaching a buyer's market, where buyers have more leeway and can dictate terms. As a potential buyer, right now is a great time to be buying in DC if you can afford the price points. DC, of course, is a difficult market because the price points are so high. All right, my name is Taylor Johnson. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams Capital Properties, and I am part of the Eng Garcia Team. I'm here to be a resource for you. Please reach out to me. I'm happy to explain these numbers, send the entire report to you to look at if you wish, or help you understand some regional market. My contact information is below, and if you like this video, it's helpful to you, please click on the like button. That helps other people like you find it, and subscribe to my channel. Have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for your time. Bye now.